Hi there, and welcome to Learning Target 15, Day 3. We are talking about the slope. So we want to know, how is slope found using a graph or two ordered pairs. So we're going to have two videos here. The first video is going to talk about finding slope using a graph, and the second video is going to talk about finding the slope with two ordered pairs. So first we want to know, what is a slope? The slope is the rate of change. So the rate of change is what we talked about in the last video. A ratio of the change in y over the change in x. So let's go through and pick out some steps we can take to solve. The first step we take when we are looking at a graph is finding the vertical change, or the change in y. So that's up and down. The second step is to find the horizontal change, or the change in x. And then the third step is to find our slope, which is the change in y over the change in x. So if we look at this first example and use the steps that we know how to do, we're going to find the vertical change first. So vertical is up or down, and from this point here to this point, we are going up by 2. So you can see we're going up 1, 2. So our vertical change, our vertical change is 2. So now we want to find our horizontal change and figure out how many we are moving either left or right. So we are going to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our change in x is 5. And you'll notice that both are positive because we have this positive slope here. So now our final step is to write the change in y over the change in x. So we are going to have 2 over 5. So 2 over 5 is our slope. Seems easy enough, huh? I think so. So our second problem we have here, I want you to notice something about this graph. This graph has a negative slope. So I want you to see if that's true when we calculate our slope. So now I want to talk about our change in y, or our vertical change. So from this point on the left, we are going down 2. So our vertical change is negative 2. Now I want to talk about our horizontal change. And from this point, we are going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are going to the right 6, or positive 6. Now we're going to write it as the change in y over the change in x. So we have negative 2 over 6. So if we use our simplifying skills, we're going to divide both by 2. So what we really have here is negative 1 over 3. That's our slope. What that means is we are going down 1 and over 3 to find the next point. Down 1 and over 3 to find the next point. We have one more example like this. Feel free to pause this at any time if I'm going too fast, or if you didn't understand any specific problem that we're working on. So the next thing we're going to do is try this problem. We have a point here and a point here. The first thing we want to do is find our change in y. So our change in y is also known as our vertical change. So if we're going up or if we're going down. So from this point on the left to the point on the right, we are going down 1. So our vertical change is negative 1. Now we need to figure out how many we go left or right. We are going to go right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our change in x is 5. Now we want to try and write our slope as the change in y over the change in x. So that's negative 1 over 5. So that's our slope for this one. And stay tuned for the next video to figure out how to find the slope given 2 points.